Hello everyone, I once again welcome you all to my YouTube channel English Banisa. So in this series we are learning punctuation marks. So in the last video I have explained you this what are punctuation marks and what is the importance of this punctuation marks, and also how many types of punctuation marks we have, like end punctuation, internal punctuation, and also word punctuation. So you can watch that video, the link I'm providing under the description box of this video. And also we have seen the rules of capitalization where we have to use these capital letters, and also we have learned that the use of the period means when we have to use this full stop. That all I have explained in the last video. You can watch that video, the link I'm providing under the description box, and also you can see above on the I button. Now in today's video, we are going to discuss the next punctuation mark, which is comma. Now here you can see on the screen what comma says. Comma says give me a break. So we have to take a break here. In a sentence, we have to take some shorter pause. Like comma used to express the shorter pause in a sentence, but is never placed at the end of a sentence, because at the end of a sentence we have to put period, a full stop, not as comma. We have to put comma in the middle of the sentence. For example, you can see here, it's raining, comma, so let's grab our umbrella. Here we have to use full stop at the last. So let's see all the rules of this comma where we have to use these commas. So now here the rule number 1 is we have to use comma to separate a list of items. That items include noun, verbs, and adjective phrases. So whenever you see noun, verb, and adjective phrases, you have to use commas. Here you can see example, my mother kept apples, which is the name, noun. Oranges, here we have list, that's why we are putting commas. Grapes and bananas in the basket. The very important rule of to use the comma is we have to use and with the second last name. No matter how many numbers you have in your list, but with the last two numbers you have to separate with and. Now let's read this one. I bought bread and butter. Is there any requirement of the comma here? No, because it is a correct sentence, because here we have only two things. We use comma with more than two things in a list of items which contain more than two. Now next one, Anna went to grocery store and bought bread, milk, butter, macaroni, and cheese. As I told you, this is the first one, so we are separating bread with milk, comma, and this milk and butter we are using comma in between to separate this, and macaroni and cheese, to separate these two last words or names we are separating with the and. We are not using comma here, and at the last full stop. See the second rule, comma used to separate phrases, clauses, and pairs of words in a sentence. So we use comma to separate phrases, clauses, and pairs of words in a sentence. Like for example, you can see the pencil and the paper, comma, the bag and the bottle, comma, were nearly kept on the table. So here we are separating what? We are separating the phrases and clauses. So here we have this one phrase, the pencil and paper, the bag and bottle is another phrase, and were nearly kept on the table is another phrase. To separate these phrases, we are using comma. Now here the next rule, we use comma to separate the words such as yes or no from rest of the sentence. So where we have to use this yes or no? When the question is being asked by the auxiliary verb. For example, is your flight late? Yes. After that yes, you have to put comma. Then if you wish to describe further, then you can describe. So if you want to describe further, then you have to put comma after yes, then you have to describe your further answer. For example, yes, I'll be ready for the party tomorrow. So it might be a question, are you coming to the party? So yes, comma, I'll be ready for the party tomorrow. So to separate this yes, rest of the sentence, yes or no, you have to put commas. Then you have to give your whole sentence, whatever is there. Now let's see the next rule. This is the fourth one. Comma used to separate the month and the year and the date and the year. So here we use comma to separate the month and the year, month and year, and date and the year along with date. Whenever you get the date along with the year, you have to separate it. For example, here we have month and also year. It could be 2023 or any year. So here this is the month and the year. January, comma 2023, comma here again. If you have further sentence here, if you have means if you are ending your sentence here, then you have to put full stop here, no need of comma. If you are describing further your sentence, then you have to use comma here also after year. The next one is 19 August 2023 again. So here we are separating again this date and this 19 August, comma 2020 year with the year. Now you can see here August 15, 1947 was an important day in Indian history. So here we have separated this date, month and date with the year. He was born on Monday. Remember the capitalization. We have to capitalize the days. So here we have separated this day with a comma, August 12th, a comma, then 1990. So here we have to put full stop. I forgot. So here we have to use full stop. The next rule is to use comma here. We use comma to separate question tag. This is very important and also very easy. So here whenever you are using question tags means you're here you are not asking question, but for the confirmation you ask something like she has woken up, hasn't she? So here after this statement you have to put comma, then you have to put a question tag. She has woken up, comma, hasn't she? I gave you the keys, comma, didn't I? It's raining, comma, isn't it? So here you have to separate this statement with the question tag, so you have to separate with the comma. Now let's see the sixth rule here. We have to use comma to separate name of city from the country or name of the city with the state. So whenever you are separating city from the state or from the country, you have to put comma, then you have to mention any state or country. Like for example, the meeting will be in Delhi, which is a city. Then you have to put comma to mention a country. This city, then country. Next month, whatever your further explanation. The next one is the Thames River flows through London, UK. Separate this city with the country, we are putting comma in between. Now let's see the next rule, which is 7. We use comma to separate expressions. For example, you can see these expressions like of course, however, meanwhile, in fact, luckily, finally, and perhaps, of course, and example like these. To separate this expression from our speech, we have to use comma here. For example, you can see, in fact, comma, she is pleased to be with us. Of course, we will come for the get together. Anna hasn't finished her project, therefore she got into trouble. So no matter wherever they are falling in your sentence, wherever you will get this expression, you have to put comma after this expression. As you can see here, therefore, of course, and in fact. So these are certain expressions. You have more expressions. So whenever you'll see this conjunctive adverbs, you have to put comma. Now this here in this rule, comma used to mark off a direct quotation. So here if you are saying direct speech means if you are reporting something, the direct word, exact word of the speaker, then you have to separate this statement with the rest of the part with the comma. I am tired. Then after this statement you have to put comma, he said. Or Anna's teacher yelled, get back to your classes. So here you have to separate these two statements, these two parts of the sentence clauses, you have to separate with the help of comma. Collect the books, comma, the teacher said. Now here if you have question, instead of that simple statement, if you have question, then no need to put comma, simply you have to put question mark. In the same way, if you have exclamation sentence, at the time you have to put exclamation mark instead of comma. No need to put comma again. Like for example, you can see don't use comma if sentence has question mark or quotation mark, this exclamation mark. Where are you going? This is the exact word of the speaker. He asked. So no need to comma to separate this because we have already separated with question mark. Now here the ninth rule is comma used to separate two independent clauses when joined by fanboys. Now what are independent clauses? Independent clauses means which can independently give meaning to you. For example, if you can read this, he want to buy a car. Now it is an independent clause means it's giving a complete thought. He doesn't have enough money. It is also an independent clause because it is also giving a complete thought. But when we want to add these two clauses together, then we have to use any conjunction. This is a coordinating conjunction, which is a acronym fanboys. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and this last one S for so. So here, whenever you are using this fanboys coordinating conjunction, you have to put comma before this, then you have to write coordinating conjunction. He wanted to buy a car, comma, but he doesn't have enough money. I love vanilla ice cream, comma, but my sister prefers chocolate. I am very tired today, comma, so it which is a coordinating conjunction. I am not going to go to the party. So these are the coordinating conjunction where we are joining these two independent clauses. So we need to put comma before these coordinating conjunctions. Let's see the next rule, which is the 10th rule. We use comma to separate dependent clauses with independent clauses. Just now we have seen to separate two independent clauses which giving a complete thought. We were separating by using coordinating conjunction along with the comma. But here if you find dependent clause plus independent clause, then you have to separate these two clauses with the comma. For example, if you are getting dependent clause first, so you have to put comma here. For example, when I went to Delhi, it is incomplete thought because it is a dependent clause. Dependent clause are always depend on the independent clause. This dependent clause is depending on this independent clause. When I went to Delhi, so what happened after you went to Delhi? You need some information, right? So after this independent clause will give you answer. I saw India Gate. Now this is your complete thought. So after this dependent clause you need to put comma. Because I missed the bus. Again we have dependent clause. That's why we put comma. So what happened after you missed the bus? I was late to college. When I went running. This is also dependent clause. What happened when you were running? I saw a snake. It is, this is one is independent clause. The second one. So that's why to separate dependent clause with independent clause we need to put comma. Now let's move to the next one. Now the next rule is we use comma to separate adjective clauses. So here you can see Anna, who is a short lady, wear high heel. Here Anna is a noun and we are describing her quality, how she is, which is an adjective phrase, short lady. So she wear high heel. So here before verb we have to put comma. After this adjective clause we have to put comma. My great aunt who is 80. Now again we have her description that how old she is. So that's why we are putting comma after this adjective clause. My great aunt who is 80 walked 3 miles daily. Now next one, comma used to separate introductory element from the sentence. Hey, how are you? So to separate this hey we have to put comma, then rest of the sentence or statement. Like hi, how are you? Again hello, whatever is there, you have to put comma before after that introductory element. Happy birthday, then to separate this name of the person with the your whatever expression is there, you have to put comma after this expression. Morning, comma Anna, because it's the name, that's why we have to put comma, then we have to say the name. Congratulations, comma, then Anna, the name. Here the last rule is we use comma in letter immediately after the salutation at the end of the before the signature. So here in the letter we write this first introductory. So here in the letter first we write dear madam, dear sir, or dear so and so, dear students, whatever, you have to put comma after this salutation. Then at the last, before your signature, you say you're faithfully, you're obediently, you're sincerely, you're lovingly. So whatever you are saying, you have to put comma there also before your signature. Now let's see another punctuation mark, which is a question mark. Now here this question marks where we have to put question mark when we are getting questions. So a question mark is used at the end of a question. So in the statement, declarative, imperative, or simple statement, we were putting full stop. As you can see here also it is a statement. That's why I put full stop. But if you are getting question, then you have to put question mark. As you can see in the question, can you help me carry this box? Then question mark. So here you are asking question. That's why question mark. So now let's see the rules where we have to use these question marks. So you can see on the screen the first rule is use question mark after a direct question. So whenever you are asking direct question with someone, then you have to put a question mark over there after your question. Like what time will you arrive? Question mark, because here you are asking question. Why do you drink milk daily? Here also you are asking reason why some person drink milk daily. And who is knocking at the door? Here also you are asking who is there. So these all are questions, so you have to put question marks instead of full stop. Now here we have this WH family question. So when we have to put question marks, when you get this WH family words like questions, you have to put question mark at the end. Like we can get questions from what, where, why, when, which, whose, who, and how. So these all are WH family questions. So whenever you get this, you have to put question mark after this. Question mark after a direct question, but when you are getting the direct question with auxiliary verb. So just now we have seen that if you are getting direct question with WH family, then you have to put question mark. Then again, if you are getting question from this auxiliary verb, which is a helping verb, like this is MR, was, were, have, has, had, do, does, did, and these all models can, could, may, might. So if you are getting question from these also, these words, then you have to put question mark over there. Like for example, you can see, is she going to shopping today? Now you are getting question from is, that's why you have to put question mark here. Now here from models also you will get question, like for example, may I know your name please, like this, or here could you bring me a glass of water please. These are the questions. So here also you have to put question mark after your question. Now let's see the third rule. Use question mark to replace comma after the quote in a sentence. So here you can see here, where are you going? It which is a question, that's why we have put question mark here, not comma. But in commas rule we have seen that to separate this reporting means quote, we were putting comma. Like you can see here, to separate these two clauses, we were separating these two clauses with the help of comma. Anna's teacher yell, get back to your class. We were separating with the help of comma. But here you are getting question. That's why to separate these two parts, we are putting question mark, not comma. In your quote, if you are putting question mark as well as comma, then it is a wrong. You should not use question mark along with this comma. Only if questions are there, then you have to put question mark. Automatically, we are separating these two parts. No need to put comma again. Now let's see the next rule, which is the last rule to use question mark. So here we have to use question mark at the end of a question tag. Question tag we have already seen in commas rules. So here we were talking about that how we have to separate this statement with this question tag by putting comma. But here we are seeing this question marks rule. So with the question mark with confirmation, you have to put question mark here. He did not go to college, did he? So this, after this did he, is compulsory to put question mark, because here you are asking for confirmation. That's why you have to put question mark. She would like this gift, wouldn't she? Again we have to put question mark over here. So after question tag, it's compulsory to put question mark. So this is all about the question marks rule, where we have to use this question marks. Now let's see another punctuation marks, which is exclamation mark. This exclamation mark we put at the end of a sentence. Like for example, you can see here, I can't believe how great of a day it is today. So here we are showing that excitement, that's why we are putting here. So our sudden feeling, emotion, or if you are excited, then you have to use this exclamation mark at the end of the sentence. So these three, question mark and full stop and this exclamation mark, these are the end punctuation marks where we have to use this at the end of the sentence, or it also used to emphasize at the end of a sentence. Now let's see the rules where we have to use this exclamation marks. So the rule number 1 is use exclamation mark to show emotion, emphasis, or surprise. So here, for example, I hate you. So here you are showing your emotion. That's why you are putting exclamation mark at the end of your sentence. Now let's see the second example, watch out. Here watch out, here you are emphasizing on this word. So that's why you are putting here exclamation mark. Let's see another word. Hey Anna, how it's going? Now here why we have put here this exclamation mark, because here you are asking that person name in a surprise, because you are surprised to see that person after a long time. That's why you are putting exclamation marks here. And this bravo, it is also you are excited to by seeing something. That's why you're putting exclamation mark over here. I got promotion yesterday. Here you are feeling very happy, you are excited, that's why you are putting exclamation mark here. Don't talk to me. Here you are showing your anger, your emotion, that's why you are putting exclamation mark here. So whenever you are showing your emotion or anger, or this if you want to emphasize on something, or if you want to show any surprise or sudden cry, then you have to use this exclamation marks. So now let's see the next rule. Here use exclamation mark with a quotation mark. So here before we saw that to separate these two clauses we were putting comma if our statement is simple, but if we are getting question in this quotation we were putting question mark to separate these two. But here we are getting this exclamation, exclaim sentence, that's why we are putting exclamation mark. No need to put comma over here. I won the match, because he is saying it is in excitement, so that's why we are putting here exclamation mark. No need to put comma here. If you put comma, exclamation mark comma, then it will be wrong. Simply you have to put this exclamation mark. Then Ahmad exclaimed, means Ahmad said. Now let's see the next rule, that is the third rule. Exclamation mark can be used with a question mark to show strong emotions. Now here we can use both the punctuation marks like exclamation marks as well as question marks to show our strong emotion. Like for example, you can ask, why would you do this to me? Here you are showing your emotion as well as you are asking question. You have to show this strong emotion. That time you can use this both punctuation marks together, unless we should not use two punctuation marks in one sentence. So this is all about the exclamation mark, where we have to use this exclamation mark. It's very simple. Now let's move to another punctuation mark, which is apostrophe. What apostrophe say that something belongs to someone. That's mine, this hers, or so on. So this shows what something is belong to someone. An apostrophe is used to show possession, means belonging to of someone. Like for example, you can see here Mina's doll, means some person's doll. Children's toys, ladies' bag. So here we are showing that something belongs to someone. Now let's see the rules where we have to use this apostrophe. Now the rule number 1, for most singular noun we have to add apostrophe plus s to show someone's possession. Like for example here Anna, which is a singular noun, which is a single person, so that's why she belongs, this bag belongs to Anna. That's why I am writing Anna's bag. So here only singular noun is there. So with the singular noun you have to put apostrophe plus s. John's car. John is also singular, apostrophe then plus s we have to show this car is belongs to this John. For singular noun end with s, add only apostrophe. But if your noun here your noun is not ending on s, as you can see here Anna, which is a name, it's this noun is not ending on s. But here you can see Thomas, this Thomas is also a noun. This John, only its name is ending on n, but here Thomas, its name is ending on s. If you have already s in the singular noun, then simply you have to put apostrophe. No need to put again this apostrophe plus s, that will be wrong. So it's Thomas' birthday. Let's see the second rule. For plural nouns that do not end in s, add apostrophe plus s. Now we have just seen in the singular noun, the noun which were not ending on s, there we were adding apostrophe plus s. Simple here also, if your plural noun is without s, then you have to put apostrophe plus s. Here you can see here the children's day. Now children means many children, so this noun is plural already, so here we don't have any s, so we have to add apostrophe plus s to show that this day belongs to the children. Let's see the next one. For plural nouns that end in s, add only apostrophe. Same as we have did in that singular, that if our singular noun is ending on s, simply we were adding apostrophe, not s. So here also, if your noun is ending on s, plural noun, then simply you have to add apostrophe. This is girls college, means plural girls, many girls college. Women's college, girls college, boys college. No need to put again apostrophe s, simply apostrophe, because only one girl. It's not a one girl college, it's girl college. If only one girl college is there, then we can say girls college. But here the colleges belong to many girls, that's why we are putting only apostrophe, because already we have s here. Rule here: use apostrophe with joint ownership. Belongs to more person, make only the final name possessive. Now here, if something belongs to many person, then what you have to do, you have to make only the final name possessive, which means something is there, like it might be a car or something which belongs to many persons, like something is here which belongs to many person, a, B, and C, and also D. So what you have to do, with the last person you have to make this last person possessive, means apostrophe s you have to give with the last person, not with this all persons. For example, you can see here Anna and John's wedding, this wedding, their weddings. So here Anna and John's. I'm not saying Anna's and John's, simply Anna and John's wedding. I am making this last final name possessive. Here Anna and Emma's car. This one car belongs to these two persons. So that's why make final name possessive. Now let's see the next one. Use separate apostrophe with different ownership. Just now in rule number 3 we saw joint ownership. We were using final name possessive. But here we have different ownership. Means different things belongs to different persons. Like Anna's and Emma's wedding. Like Anna's wedding is also there and Emma's wedding is also there. Anna's and Emma's car. Two cars are there, one Emma's car and another car is this Anna's car. So here we have different ownership belong to different persons. If different things is there, like this car is Anna's car and this car is Emma's car. So Anna's car and Emma's car. Different ownership and different things. Now let's see the fifth rule. Use apostrophe in contractions, means short form of a word where we omit certain letters. Now here also we were using, it's very simple. We usually use this only. I am, instead of this full word we were using the short form, that is a contraction. So here am. He will, instead of he will, we'll use he'll. We omit some letters here. She is or she has, instead of that she is, apostrophe s. Do not, don't, like this. With these contractions we have to use apostrophe. Here the last rule is use apostrophe to form plurals of letters and figures. For example, you can see here there are two m's in the word summer. So here plurals for the letters, means in the spelling of this summer we have two m's. So to show that we have double m, we are saying two m's. Now here we have three PhDs. Now this PhDs in our family, more PhD persons are there. So here we are using apostrophe as PhDs. For example, there are 5 zeros in 1 lakh. So here to show that number of figures, so show that figure, we are using apostrophe s, 0 plus apostrophe s. We have 5 zeros in 1 lakh. So this is all about the apostrophe, where we have to use apostrophe plus s and where we have to use simply apostrophe. You can see this, you can take the screenshot or you can pause the video and you can see this. I hope it would be helpful for you. Stay tuned for next video. In the next video, I will explain you this colon and semicolon. So stay tuned for the next video and thanks for watching.